After being defeated by the hero the Lord, Demon reincarnates on Earth and decides, take over the world. A necromancer named God's corpse is on the loose and attacking people, killing them and threatening turn everyone into zombies, but the church won't let that happen to them. Call your calamity crusher more talented night plow. After many guards are rocked by the god corpse, name given by his hobby favorite to make many corpses without for no apparent reason. The guards call sorcerer to help. When they arrive, Shigruo wastes no time facing the corpse god with an eye that sees souls of everything and everyone dead. He is disgusted at the sight of the corpse god and of the many souls he has. He warns to stop playing the reaper when he's just a necromancer with the same eye that can see the souls of the dead. Evil Eye, the god like him possessing a power like that, killing person just because he can both play the reaper's game. Even though Chaguru there is like justice, the reasons of the god are different from his. He dreams with a peaceful land where children will laugh without having to worry about criminals and church guards who would kill if they were a little differently. He took on the mission to do from this a point that his dream becomes reality by killing everyone who threatens this dream, even if it means he have to sully his name. But the god dead body is way worse. He doesn't really mind killing since he doesn't care about other living beings. They are like toys to him that he can play anytime, or just the kids they care about, especially black children. Consecrated the discard your real claims because he works for the church. He doesn't even understand why the god corpse would try to fight to protect the life of the necromancer children. With these fair words he faces the god corpse with its own magic, and the god corpse retaliates with its magic. Either understands your fighting pattern, and a fierce struggle goes while god corpse the final strike. Both go all out for sorcerer and everyone immediately, from friend Papaya to Zangrua, to overthrow the corpse god at once, and everything stays dark as if the corpse god died. But he finally opens his eyes on a different world, an unknown world. For him it shocks so much because he was just in a battle with Zangrua, and he doesn't remember what happened after that. Now he's in some alley with modern style. He looks at his hands and see how small they are. He thinks he's in a different body, a body of a boy. He tries to say something but realizes he can't use it. His voice, suddenly he hears voices coming of the streets around the alley, and he immediately runs to see. He looks in. This wonder returns with the vision of the new world. A drone hovers over it as if keep an eye on the world. He woke up as modern with technology so advanced that there are screens of images catching public movements with one of the most advanced technologies is the drone that is broadcasting live footage to a man sitting in front of several monitors, freaking out when they see him. Do you think you're losing, and start finding that the boy with the cut throat and blood on your shirt walking like this is normal? The corpse god walking to the signs and buildings. There are so many people, and the children look very healthy and happy. That's delicious, but he doesn't can avoid asking about your world. He doesn't know if he can go back there too. Police locates immediately, goes to help you, but they speak a different language. He doesn't understand the Japanese, but with each word he getting the brain more information about this body, understanding that the body was of a Japanese native. The police are worried with the slitting of his throat, and though he no longer bleeding, they decide call an ambulance for him. Now seems to understand that he must have reborn as a child in another world, and that's the only reason why he's still alive. Before he can answer questions from officers, one girl who acts very familiar with him suddenly appears, stepping on the head of the policeman and taking away from the officer. She says she's happy for him be fine, while talking about how the cops the problem, though they were trying to help after they run away to another alley with no one around. She introduces herself to him as Misaki. He thinks that perhaps Little is a friend of girl, or at least he could be closest to her. She grabs him by the legs and cover it to feel its heat, to see if he's really alive. Thanks you for saving her life, but she says to him who doesn't need it because she will have it, then kill him again, since she was the only one that killed Little the first time. Also, she picks up the gun she used the first time when you cut your throat, and the friendly, happy look on your face changes to a crazy psychopath, and she goes to attack the corpse god in the body of Little that is now called as Little. runs away from her like she's watching everything unfold and wonder why so little. 16 years was targeted and why. They hired a psychopath for the work, but at the end of the day what matter is the money, so he just waits. Let Little die and remain dead from this. Time for him to be paid. Little runs to a building and hides there. He doesn't understands what's going on. He doesn't can defend itself because this new world lacks magic elements. There is nothing in the air and he can't feel any spirit. All he can do for while he is running from Miss Sack, he waits, be able to stay away from her, because if she offering it will not heal, that means that he might actually die, because the boy's body is kinda weak and young to do the things he did in his world right now. Mass that arrives through the window and surprises him with a attack with his knives. He succeeds, escape attacks and injury, and she is very impressed. No one ever put up with it so long and turns her on so much that makes her more anxious. Mouth takes one steel pipe from the ground and attack her with it, but she blocks it with her leg while throw your knives at him if you forgive. One slight struggle, and after getting dodge the attacks, he is stabbed in the leg while thinking about the children glad they saw out there, or haunt was the life he always dreamed of and was almost within his reach, but now he was on the brink of another reaper. God somber, he takes the knife from his leg and throws it to her and makes another run, because he will not die in this new world. He run into a room while I get the keep raving about how he's not more dodging. The room attacks appears empty except for some drums, a hook, a bathtub, and some cans of acid, and he wonders aloud, oh, which is mass, and reveals that the room is used as an execution room. So she throws the knives at him again and he falls to the ground floor, and she repeats that the room is prepared to kill people easily. She says she believes there are ghosts there, and the funny thing is that few sees with his evil eye many of them. There are some cuts in the bathtub, half and some hanging around his neck. Sees it all and says it out loud. Evidently the evil eye is on the soul of the user and not the flesh and the brain, and that's why he still has. Although I am in another world in a body differently, he perceives that humans terrible, and your desire to kill is not something that can be contained. If someone kills, probably don't have any respect for people's lives and how past they see them as toys of human life. He admits that lives should be treated better, and Mass, who doesn't care, she just thinks that she should do a good job on ensure her targets die and not wake up more. She attacks him while retorts, but he tells her not to be so careless with this life. He should joke he just cares too, that he may be your only reaper. Magical powers suddenly come back and surround him, and he summons a huge hand of skeleton stabbing me loot against the wall through the gut. In your world, Chaguru is in front of a scene if blaming for not being able to kill completely the corpse god. They say it's okay because the energy of the corpse is no longer in the air. He is gone, completely eliminated. Remember that in the final moment when his sword was about to pack the corpse's body, activated teleportation magic. He didn't believe that the corpse simply would get up and leave, but he doesn't believe that the god, it's right, the corpse god is alive and well fighting Mass, and is collecting the magical power of having killed Misaki for bringing him to this place where he can finally find peace and live freely as I wanted. The place is full of spirit and magic that he can now do what you want. It releases all your magic to stand toe to toe with the next Reapers. For more videos, sign up, watch the next TE I see in the other.